Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I say hello to you then. Hello.
Hello.
This is our sort of little spot about our influences.
Inspired by.
What we're inspired by. What brought us to this point visually. Do you want to start?
Lots of stuff, obviously, but there's some key points that is probably worth sort of telling you. And yeah, we went to a fantastic exhibition probably about 2 years ago in the Tate Britain, London,
Yes.
and it was on British folk art. So it was really responding to the fantastic sort of rich colours and textures of sort of wood and textiles and paper and card, and the way things are put together in a sort of kind of naive way, but it's sort of very responsive. It's very sort of basic, responsive kind of elements.
I'm not helping out at all here. Yeah, from my point of view, I particularly like the paintings there, and they had some quite naive paintings, but very rich in their colours. But obviously, the ravages
and with
of
writing
time.
next to it as well, wasn't it? It's quite.
Oh yes, they included some of the text.
Yeah.
For whatever was in the painting, as part of the picture itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, due to the ravages of time, it sort of gained this weathered look, and that
It's
was
like
all
a
part
natural
of it.
vignette, like everything is a little
Maybe
bit
grimy.
grime.
Yeah. So that really got us going on how rich and textural we could make some of these illustrations.
And we knew we were doing an animated book, and therefore that would be computerized, but we wanted to emphasize that everything we do is started with paper and texture and something you can hold and enjoy. So we wanted to make that so, you know, it's not a CG clean something or other, it's actually that original enjoyment of layers and shadows and richness.
Exactly, yeah. So that it had a very handmade kind of ad hoc feel to it. And it gave it a bit of character, I suppose. Too much, I suppose, and it's much repeated, but that CG can be quite clean and crisp, and that's fine, it has its place. But there's also this alternative direction that you can take it in that's got all the texture and colour and that handmade feel.
Yeah, and even in the movement, actually, we wanted to make that sort of idiosyncratic and sort of little, not mistakes, but little hiccups that are natural, you know, in a sort of human kind of way.
Yeah, it can be a bit creaky.
Keep that in there. And the other place that is really sort of quite key at that time was the Pollock's Toy Shop, which is in Fitzrover in London. And they've also got a lovely sort of other
museum.
outlet in Covent Garden.
Covent Garden is more
nice
of
stuff.
is more of the shop. So yeah, exactly. You can buy.
But the museum, go on. Sorry.
Buy these lovely paper theatres that you sort of open out, and then you can
concertina around.
Have your own little production, and then Fitzrover is the toy museum, isn't it?
Yeah. So and lots of creaky stairs and little boxes of like stuff and things that work on just sort of one pivot point kind of thing. It's just really
a little museum
actually.
Of curiosities, isn't it?
Yeah, and shadow. There was a really nice sort of shadow theatre. It's all that kind of idea, wasn't it?
I love all these little gadgety wooden toys and the way they moved in a very basic way, and you can kind of see that in some of our animations. It's worked its way in there. Yeah, that gives you that sort of little charm, that very basic kind of little motions, and also obviously the theatre influence. Our final scenes of the book end up at the Galdo Theatre, so and very much directly influencing what we were doing.
And that idea of, you know, the theatre in a box kind of thing. So each one of our pages, it's almost as though they're in the book, they're in that particular page. So you've got layers of shadow as it sort of works back away from the viewer.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's a little sort of taster, I guess, into how we were influenced and what we were influenced by, and how that worked its way into our final illustrations. So thanks for listening. think that's it. Is that?
Yeah, that's it for now.
That's
Thank
it for
you.
now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.